It's time for Real Talk with Brian and Dan, the weekly talk radio show dedicated to discussing important real estate topics, plus insight into the local community. With a combined experience of over 50 years as local real estate brokers from the East Side Real Estate Team at Keller Williams Realty Bellevue. Here's your hosts, Brian Levitt and Dan Edwards.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Real Talk with Brian and Dan on 1150 KKNW. It is Wednesday, December 11th, 2019, and we are so glad you're here today. How many shopping days left till Christmas? Do the math. It's 11, 20, carry the one.
Yeah, less than 2 weeks, dude. Yeah.
9. Geez, Louise, that's very few. So we are really happy you're here. If you're listening to the radio, we appreciate it. We're also live online. You can catch us on YouTube. You just go ahead and go to YouTube and search 1150 KKNW. You'll see us live. Hello out there, anybody watching. And you can also listen to past podcasts, anywhere podcasts are casted, Google Podcast, Amazon, or Apple Podcast, and the like. And also we archive all past shows on the eastsiderealestateteam.com. That's the eastsiderealestateteam.com. Brian, we got a great show today.
We do.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got some great conversations. First off, we have George Floret with MN Custom Homes, and then Lisa Downs of New Aspect Coaching. But as always, before we get to our guest today, it's time for some Real Talk. So today's Real Talk segment, it's about how homes compare as investments for Americans. Also, we'll talk about 3 benefits of today's low interest rates.
So Porch.com, a major network helping homeowners with their renovation project, recently conducted a survey which asked Americans, what do you believe is the safest investment over the next 10 years? U.S. housing came in at number 1 at 27.2%. A savings account was second at 21.8%. Then gold at 16%.
Gold. Wow.
Gold.
Isn't that funny? Like, I can't believe that people would say that the savings account is an investment. That's like a head scratcher.
That doesn't keep up with inflation.
I just think people are thinking safe. What's the safest thing to do with my money, right?
Right.
But it's very telling for Porch.com. Now, Porch.com, for the listeners out there, may not know, it's a local company.
Right.
And they do a lot of things around home ownership. But the one thing that Brian and I use in our business is we'll send our inspection reports to Porch.com, and they'll send back to us a quote of what it would cost to repair those items.
They'll bid out all the repairs.
Yeah.
And it really gives us a handle on negotiating inspections.
There's a lot of great things. If you go to our website, you will run across the blog post on this specific topic, and you can go in and see more information about that specific survey. There's a lot of other great information, like percentage of people that believe home ownership is for them, and it's a good survey. But in addition to the Porch survey, it coincides with another survey done by the Federal Reserve Bank in 2019. It was the Consumer Expectations Housing Survey, and it reported that 65% of Americans believe home ownership is a good financial investment. That percentage has increased every year for the last 4 years.
In addition, the Gallup survey showed that Americans have picked real estate as the best investment for 6 years straight. Based on all 3 surveys done this year, we can see that Americans still believe in homeownership as a great investment, and that feeling continues to grow. 35% see real estate as the best long-term investment.
Right. So I think the option on that survey, they were given what 4 types? Stocks, real estate, gold, and I wish I could remember.
Bonds?
It could be bonds. Yes, bonds. And out of those 4, 35% saw owning a home as a good long-term investment. And I want to, for the listeners out there, I want to kind of stress that as we're talking about a home as an investment, to me, that's always a secondary reason for buying a home, right, Brian?
Right.
Yeah, like the primary reason is shelter.
Shelter. Right? But, the pride of ownership. I mean, I think it's the place you call your own is hard to overstate.
Yeah.
The emotional component of your own home.
Yeah, and also some of the things that people get trapped in when they think about buying a home for investment purposes only is they start looking at a home investment as a short-term investment. So they're thinking, well, where's the market headed next year? What's going to happen the year after that? Well, there's a reason why there's a 30-year mortgage.
Right. Yeah.
All right? The 30-year mortgage is the idea is that home as an investment over the years. Brian, are you willing to share how much you paid for your home in Sammamish?
Sure.
How long ago?
$225 about 25 years ago.
$225,000.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
and
it's worth about a lot,
lot,
lot more than that. Yeah.
He's not willing to share. For me, I moved into Sammamish 2001,
Yeah.
$300,000.
Yeah.
And now it's worth over $750.
Right.
And I think about, like, throughout that whole time, I wasn't thinking, well, what's my return going to be in 10 years? It was, where do I want to put my family? That for me.
Yeah, and for me, it was where do I want to raise my kids?
Yeah.
Moving to the neighborhood and the schools that we wanted, that was the number one draw.
Yeah.
And so it's been not only the home that has achieved all of our goals for our personal family reasons, but an unbelievably great investment.
So let's pivot here a little bit now that we've kind of talked about it as an investment. And the interest rates right now are pretty low, and it's
Right.
a really great time to quote unquote invest in home ownership. So what are some of the other benefits of low interest rates? Well, one is to refinance. If you already own a home, you may want to decide if you're going to refinance that home. It's one way to lock in a lower monthly payment and actually save quite a bit of money over time because, as many know, on a mortgage, the majority of the money that you're paying is to interest. So if you get a lower rate, your interest is going to be lower. So you should ask the question, is now a good time to refinance?
That's right. Another option is to consider moving into a new home, putting the equity you've likely gained on your current house towards a down payment on a new one that better meets your needs, something that's truly a perfect fit for your family. So using your existing home as a stepping stone into the new home.
Yeah, a lot of people, maybe a couple of years ago when the market was toasty, red hot, they settled, right?
Right.
So they got into a home that didn't have everything they needed because they knew the value of hedging against the appreciation that was happening at the time. And the interest rates at the time were not as good as they are now.
That's right.
So you may find yourself in a position where you go, let's maybe get a bigger house. So lastly, these low interest rates are great for first-time home buyers. Many financial and non-financial benefits to owning a home. The most important thing is to find out if it's right for you. You have to determine that, and now's a great time. As Brian always says,
there's never been a better time to buy.
better time to buy. So that concludes. Brian, what's your takeaway from today's Real Talk
Oh.
segment?
Well, I think the big thing is finding the home that's you, making it your own and enjoying both the financial benefits and the emotional benefits. So if you're interested in this or any other topic we've covered in our real estate segment, please check out our blog at the eastsiderealestateteam.com/blog. If you'd like to talk with us directly about your real estate questions, we welcome your call at 425-200-4093. Thanks for listening. Up next, we'll be speaking with our lender for our Mortgage Moment segment. Stay tuned after this break to hear more about the market from Michael Burdick, an experienced loan consultant with Home Depot. We'll be right back.